Speaking of legally related things, digital driver's license in Idaho, balancing convenience and security. This comes with East Idaho News by Rhett Nelson. In a move towards modernization and convenience, Idaho may soon offer its residents the option of having an electronic driver's license. Representative Stephanie Mickelson, a representative from Idaho Falls, is planning on introducing a bill during the 2024 legislative session that would make this possible. The proposed legislation is not aimed at making electronic licenses mandatory, but rather to provide an alternative for those who prefer the digital conveniences. Mickelson is working closely with the Idaho Transportation Department to draft the bill. ITD spokesperson Ellen Matila notes that the digital driver's license has been on their radar for several years, with at least 10 states, including Utah, Colorado, and Arizona, having already implemented similar legislation. The digital license would be added to a mobile wallet, much like a credit card information or current tickets. However, the transition to digital isn't without its concerns. Security and privacy are paramount, with Matila emphasizing the need for layers of data protection to ensure digital licenses are secure, trustworthy, and user-friendly. The digital license would allow users to show their photo ID and date of birth without revealing their home address, adding an extra layer of privacy. The bill is still in the early stages, and McNeilson is actively seeking interest from other legislatures to co-sponsor it. The response from the legislature and the public will be crucial in determining the future of this initiative. Which, our world is becoming more and more digital. I think it's kind of expected to go that way, but then it kind of comes down to the age-old discussion of physical versus digital. I will admit I very much appreciate that this is an optional thing where it's like, hey, it's a resource, it's available for you, right? You have it there, but you don't have to use it. I hope it stays that way in a sense. For instance, when you're doing legal things, it's like, hey, you can have a photo ID, but if there's something else that you need or something else that you can offer, it doesn't have to be the end all be all when it comes to photo ID. And I think this is kind of just a progression of that.
One big benefit I can see from having a digital photo ID that has all of the information attached to it is you could use that now on the internet for verification of various things easily. So
right.
Any website that requires you to put in location or age verification or anything like that, you can just use your photo ID. I can see that being a possible benefit. I'm sure there could be negative ramifications to having your info out there like that. But also, we all have our credit cards online anyway. So, and social security numbers.
That's gone pretty well.
All of that, right?
The one counter I could hear is that they would say, yeah, PayPal and like Google Pay and Apple Pay have done a good job, right? That we don't hear about, oh no, someone hacked my Apple Pay or my Google Pay or my PayPal, right? It just, I have no doubt there's probably instances, right? You can go find them.
Right.
But as we've talked about again, exceptions prove the rule, that there's probably been cases, but generally that's worked well. But I could hear the person counter and be like, cool, private industry can do that, but I don't trust the government to do that, which then it would be interesting. I don't have it right here with us. And if people out there want us to go over it, then please reach out and we'll do more on it. But it would be interesting as this bill is getting moved forward and rating, and then once it finally gets to committee, how they're going to do that. If it's that they're going to contract with like the big digital like wallet providers, so that would be like Google Pay, Samsung Pay, and Apple Pay, right? That they would contract out for those companies to make it, right, or something. And then the private sector would be doing it in a sense. Or is the Idaho government going to have like an IT department that's doing this in-house, and then you somehow scan that and Google's service or PayPal's service or whatever's wallet has to handshake with it? Which, if that's the case, that makes me more worried, and I would give more credence to those people that are concerned, right? Because government institutions have a harder time being consistent and as secure.
Yeah, government institutions tend to be bad at doing things like that. I mean, just look at the problems we've been having with our accounting software.
Luma.
Yeah, with the Luma system recently. I mean, we've talked about that ad nauseum. And so, I don't trust our government to do IT things well.
Right. We'll see. It'll be very interesting. We look forward here at Local Yokel to reading the bill once it finally reaches committee, because obviously in committee there's certain cybersecurity analysts that are going to be looking at that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the job for committees, and it'll be interesting to see what those takes are on that.